Okay, okay. Enough waiting, I think. Enough waiting. Hey, howdy. My name's Mira. I'm here to finally kill the Midway Corporation, metaphorically, by playing all these games. You know, as one does. I mean, a lot of these aren't even Midway games. We got that Atari, we got the weird rights, so really I'll only do a little bit of damage. Anyway, Spy Hunter. That's true, that's true. Spy Hunter might be one of my favorites on this particular collection, at least for single player. Like second place, top 3 at least. This game kicks ass. Probably better in arcade if you have like a funny wheel and all the cool buttons. Also, it's really hard, and I've probably forgotten everything about it, so this is going to be a real situation trying to remember how to play. Yeah, that's right, because I got like... Right. No, and the GameCube is an R button. Yeah, the R button is accelerate. I can... Yeah, ups. See, it's okay, because for the first little bit of the game, you have unlimited lives. Yeah, spent a bunch of hours on this, for sure. Never... I mean, it doesn't have an ending or anything, so who's to say if we did bad or what? If you're playing Spy Hunter, it's time well spent. Probably. I'm going to have to learn about this episode Murder, She Wrote later. I messed up. Jeez. This game is really hard. That's... See, James Bond never accidentally blew up his own car, forcing another guy off the road. I've got a lot to learn about stuff. Yes, the timer is good. The timer is still going. They're still being nice to me. Let's see. Smoke screen. What button is smoke screen? It's one of them. There we are. It's kind of wasting it, but it's important to know how to actually do my moves. Smoke screen will get rid of the guys behind you. Well, I don't know if it gets rid of them, but it'll make them fall back. I like the oil slick since that actually makes them die. Assume if you're good at this, you'll like be able to go at max speed all the time or something cool. Some cool guy thing like that. Oh yeah, it's the better you do while the timer's going, the more lives you get. Isn't it, I think? Now, missiles... I'm trying to remember, do they work on anything other than the helicopter, or is this just a helicopter situation? Jeez. Well, time to find out. Yeah, they're for the helicopter. So, narrow but cool. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, I'm doing kind of okay. Now, the question is, do I know how to... Okay, well, okay, the answer to this question is no. Do I know which way to go in order to get the boat section? Also, hi, Kefki. Because the boat is very cool. They made sure to preserve that for the weird PS2 game with the music video in it. Wow. Well, I didn't do great. But my score ranking is 1 because this is a fresh... Yeah, I do. I personally think of that PS2 game semi-often. I was going to say frequently. That's a lie. That wouldn't be true. But it comes up mostly because of the music video in my head. And it was a fun game. I liked it at the time. It's the missile button. You got to shoot the naming missiles. Yes, absolutely. That'd be good. Commission that at like any time. Oh yeah, I forgot there even was an arcade sequel. That completely passed me by. There was at least like 2 PS2 games, or at least like PS2 generation. I think I probably played it on GameCube. Same thing. Super Spy Hunter, that's not really the same thing, but at the same time, it exists. I think what really, like, this is a fun game, but it's just so cool. Having a James Bond car, getting all these special gadgets, really says a lot about just how much you can do by making the game very cool, conceptually. And putting the Peter Gunn theme in it probably helps. I think when we get to the trivia and interviews and stuff, they want to have the James Bond music in it, and I can't help but just imagine that world. It was playing the James Bond music. It'll be worse because I actually know what the James Bond music is, whereas I have literally no idea what Peter Gunn is or is about. I only understand it through that theme being cheap enough to license into various things. Basically. The fake guy. Madoff. He's a made-up spy show for other people to use. Like Goncharov. Yeah, I know it was a show, and that's all I actually know about it, also. You can't earn points if you murder random innocent people. Send that to VG Advisor. Ah. Oh, jeez. There were so many dudes on screen. I had all the tools. Mr. Police, I was given all the tools. I had all the clues. Whatever the hell I was trying to say there, pretend it made sense. I should just speed up and get away from those guys. Right now I'm getting sandwiched between these heavies. See if I can maybe... Nope, I failed. I failed to get away from them. I went the wrong way. I got rid of one, though. And I've surpassed my old record. So now... Game! The game can give me the gold medal, for real. Yeah, there was a movie. Oh my god, I forgot there was a movie involved. That's really funny. Really funny when you make a movie on something that's already a pastiche of movies. But hey, they are making a, oh, what's it called? Helldivers movie or whatever, so. That particular... Oh, is this it? Yes! Here we are! It's time for boat! Oh, jeez. Oh, I messed up. Toot toot! Hi, Taizo. Why am I... Oh, it's because I was on high gear. Ah! Don't often get to hear this part of the song. It's a real shame. At least I can shoot these guys. Ah. It's tough. I got to see the boat, though. I'm very happy about that. I'm not done with this yet. This is still fun. I'm going to try to take some left turns, though, instead of right. Yes. It's good. It's the important noise. There's not going to be a more important noise all day, I don't think. Though Smash TV does have some very important noises. Yeah, I mean, I did way better. I had an extra 10,000 points. Now I'm kind of curious what the port situation is like for this game, because I don't think I've really played too many. Look at that. 30,000 within the timer. That's some skill. What button am I pressing here? There's actually some useful stuff there, but I guess I just have to, like, run it, right? Sure, you know what? I'm still playing. Why don't I see what happens if I play like an asshole? Weirdly enough, it doesn't seem to be working out for me. Alright. The gear shift is the real. Ah. I like to imagine they're all different spies and they're just kind of... Right, they're all... Okay, one of you guys just slow the fuck down? Frighteningly silent. Now maybe... I don't know. I don't know how you play... Oh, hold on. I definitely do want to stop there and get the oil. Come on. No! Don't leave me! Don't leave me. Alright, I don't remember what button it is that hits the oil, but... Oh, well... I have a long ways to go before I'm an expert. That's for sure. Well, that guy just took himself out. I can't even take credit for that one. Okay, I'm a third of the way to I could get an extra life. I don't think I'm gonna make it. Oil slick, oil slick. What are you up to? There we go. That's the button. It's good. The oil slick is very good. So I guess maybe if I want a good score, heading left and getting the oil slick is probably the right way. What the? Oh, I got you. Because, like, if you don't know the shooty guy is there, he's just gonna shoot at you. Like, you're gonna have a hard time. Rat. Oh, that sucked. Oh, that sucked. That wasn't even close to number one. That's not a gold medal at all. I don't even care. I don't even want to put my name on it. I want to enter ass or something. Okay, alright. But I still like this game, so I'm still not done with this. That's so true. Ass is the greatest game player. Mysterious. Unknown. I do like the bit in Game Center CX where Arno always puts his name in as sex. I think that's a good bit. And always acts very pleased about it. That's the energy we all need to bring to the arcade. Taking the... Thing is, back in the day, back when this collection was new, I don't think I ever really had the wherewithal to pick up which way was giving me which power-up, to really understand the layouts. So I don't know what my old high score was, but in theory I should be able to. Should be able to do it if the game would be really easy and cooperate instead. Just stop, maybe? Is that... Is just letting him go by like me in regular traffic a good idea? Not let me get my oil slick. Oh, this asshole. What is gonna... See, the thing I like about that guy is he comes up next to me. He fights fair. Comes up and has an honorable duel. You gotta respect that. And by respect that, I mean knock him off the side of the road. Alright, almost out. Okay. Now we see how well I can do. Go to the right. As at some point this game must loop or something, because it doesn't have an ending. At least as far as I know. Thought I was going to crash the weapons van there. That would have been very rude. Oh! Dang! Gun guy! Gun guy. His all-powerful move. Shoot them. That guy has a pretty good job. He just has to sit there by the side of the road. He doesn't really have to... Like, his is pretty safe. I'm not ever gonna be able to take that guy out. Nope. Rat. Okay, I'm just gonna let the music go for a bit. Put in this one. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Yeah, I will move on from this game now and maybe come back to it later, but just gotta bask in the glorious ear-piercing shriek section of the song. That's important. Let's see, is there fun history stuff for this? There's no history write-up. Anything fun? There's some stuff. Let's see if we can... if there's anything good written in here. Oh shit, it's written in first person. This is like real. This is immersive. It's all talking about streamlined machine gun trigger. Right, yeah. They're talking about, you know, going into high gear if you want to be a super player. Wow. Yeah, Spy Hunter is a way of life. That's so true. What do we got here? Okay, we got some trivia. We got some trivia. We got interviews? No. Everything is here. Okay, well, I was already talking about this because I remembered it.
Well, originally it was going to be the James Bond theme because Bill Adams, who was running the software group at the time, and I were both huge James Bond fans. And we had gone to Japan, and I'd picked up a tape of James Bond's greatest hits. And the very first time we brought the game up, I mean, it was really, the entire game was very, very James Bond inspired. But the game played with the James Bond theme for many months until we couldn't get the rights, at which point one of the marketing guys suggested Peter Gunn, which was something we weren't terribly familiar with, but you know, it did the trick.
That just was the theme from Shaft. Let's see. I thankfully don't remember this one. I'll just guess. Oh. Is a gremlin a real car?
Car was a 1983 Z28, which I had just gotten, and I'm a huge car nut, so I actually wanted to do lots of different cars, and one of the problems was that we really had tremendous limitations. I mean, 32 by 32 pixel picture blocks, 2 of them stacked to draw the car. You really couldn't get a lot of anything that looked like any real car. Originally, I wanted it to be something even flashier, and we couldn't get it in. So my car was red. The red didn't look great either. So we ended up with a white car that showed up really well, had some red and blue stripes on it.
Yes. Exactly. I'm glad the Gremlin was a hatchback. That feels right for a car called the Gremlin. Admittedly, like it was back in the '70s, Gremlin wasn't really being used in the same way it is now. I think they should bring that back if they haven't. I think everyone will want a Gremlin now. Right kind of people. The millennials, they're buying Gremlins. Let's see. Oh, it's Pac-Man.
You have to remember that it was a time when the company was doing tremendously well with Japanese game licenses. We're making 1,200 Pac-Men a day, and that's not an exaggeration, So it was a time when, an internal development group made up of guys that just really wanted to make games. We were just kind of, they put us in a warehouse off-site, kind of forgot about us. And basically there was the pressure was we wanted to make really cool games, but they had plenty of product to put on an assembly line. It's a little different than today, where we actually, we need when a game designer has a product in development, that product is expected to make it to market. So the pressure was a little different.
I assume they mean I don't think they meant 12,000 different Pac-Mans. That would be ridiculous. But what if it was 12,000 Pac-Mans? Third Spy Hunter chasing. These are all, well, I mean, James Bond does a lot of ski stuff, but I feel like if I think about the game, it would be like you swapping vehicles. So I figure the helicopter.
When we start doing a game, we typically throw in the kitchen sink before reality intrudes. And so this game had everything that you've ever seen in a spy movie. And the transformation to the boat, and then was supposed to be followed by a transformation to a flying device, something like the helicopter. So you could go head-to-head with the enemy helicopter that is such a bastard in the game.
That would be cool. Get there, get rid of that for a helicopter. All right, 4 more before Smash time, TV time, Smash. Super Sprint. I think the second volume has Championship Sprint on it. So this is a game that I would love to have an actual arcade version. Well, not have, but play. Because this is the one where has the wheel and you just kind of throw it and catch it in a way that is not very accurate to driving a car, but sounds rad as hell. Oh yeah, the bomb. That's a good ass bomb. This, playing it with a stick, just not the same. I don't think this doesn't play very well. Super Off-Road is I think on volume 3. I like that one a lot. If only because I think when you're on your last lap, it goes makes a noise that goes and that's in my head forever. Never gonna forget it. Play a little bit of this, like I said. I think this is just a game that doesn't translate to a home port very well. Well, maybe a home port, but an emulated version like this just controls like ass. Whereas the act of steering sounds way funner in the arcade. I think you can but I do think you get power upgrades. You collect those wrenches or whatever. Yeah. If we can get some stuff. These are good sound effects. That was an elephant getting pissed off. Cool music, too. Yeah, I gotta continue now because I lost. But did I keep that wrench? That's what I'm all about. Oh, yeah, well, I don't know the order the games came out in. I know Championship Sprint is like very similar and was probably just an updated version of this. Off-Road was the one that was, I think, most fun to play in these collections. I do think of this when I played Kirby Air Ride a few weeks ago. The top ride mode in that is very much feels modeled after this kind of game. Ooh, I wasn't even familiar about the Mad Max one. Pretty cool. There's a tornado there. I don't remember that element. Cool. Okay, I probably have played it then, because I did play a little bit of that, but then I didn't play it as much as the first two, so someday we'll get that out, but it's obviously a long ways away. We'll do one more track. One isn't not as compelling. It's also on your own. Like, if you get a few other people, if you're all human players, so that you're not just getting toasted by the AI, it also helps. Then, even if, like, all of you... Oh, I died. Oh no, I'm here now. No, like I was saying, even if a control's bad, if a control's bad for all of you, it's balance. That's balance. Yes, get a new driver and a new blue car. Cool game, though. Another one that I'm sort of appreciating the art of the home port versus emulation. I almost feel like I could take a look and get a bunch of home ports together and make a wheel of those at some point. I think that'd be fun. I think we got some trivia for this as well. Why can't I pause? Why can't I get out of this? Do I have to start? Yes. Oh, look at that. I have enough wrenches. Rescore like some sort of loser. Let's play for a little longer. I want to see how see if I turn better. That I love that sound effect. That sounds like that's a monster. That's what happens when you swing your sword at a dragon, a beast of some kind. Maybe this course is just a bit easier too. Like, this isn't a super turny one, but I feel like maybe the traction is helping a bit. One reason I'm curious about looking at the trivia for this is, do I know about the wheel that you, like, threw and caught because of this, or just because Jeff Gerstmann brings it up constantly, and I don't know? We're gonna find out. Okay, just interviews, but that's cool.
The reason why we made it a 3-player game was simply we had 4 characters in the game, 4 cars, 4 drones, so to speak. If one player played the game by himself, obviously that was a shoot-in. You could have 3 computer-controlled cars, and that's how you could control the pace of the race through those drones, as we call them. 2 players was fine, even 3 players was fine. You always had that 4th player, or 4th character, to control the pace of the game. But we had a dilemma, and we were in a game design meeting with the management. If 4 players were playing the game, how in the world were we going to pace the game? We had no computer drone at that point. Bankers
We had
Penalty.
no, that you didn't have a clock
We had
running
no
down.
clock, and so then we had, yeah, sorry.
And the other thing was trying to come up with a cabinet where you had the ability to, the key with sprints were the fact that you'd learn the angle of the approach and you'd speed of your car and you'd throw the wheel so that you'd slide around. And that was what sprint was all about. So trying to get 4 players with enough room with the steering wheel so they could all view one monitor was...
Then they'd all be like spinning wheels and smacking each other.
Which was really tough. So it was like, okay, 3 players is really good still. It's way more than 1.
The real reason, yeah, though, when it finally was decided to be a 3-player game was simply because we had no way of knowing from a game design standpoint how to pace the 4-player game because there wasn't a clock in the game. And so magically we just said, oh, don't make it a 4-player game, make it a 3-player game. We have the 4th drum. So here's our clock.
Why didn't you put a clock in?
Well, we talked about it, and we didn't want to. That would change the whole game design. We wanted the coin drop to be governed by pure competitiveness, racing against other players. If you win the race, you continue on without paying. If you lose the race, you pay. And so that was, it just followed on the coattails of the success of Gauntlet, being multiplayer. A lot of discussion given to coin drop and how we can maximize that in the game.
That actually rules. That's the good deep bullshit information I want. Let's hear about this magical coffee cup.
I can think back to my Super Sprint development system, and it was multi-layers of boards, wires running everywhere. It only worked if I had a coffee cup, a styrofoam coffee cup that I'd wedged in between the first 2 boards, because if they were any closer, too much heat was being generated.
Dave Weavenson Memorial Coffee Cup. What you say?
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly, it was a technician on the project, Dave Weavenson. He made it all happen. There were other technicians as well, but the development systems back then weren't as elegant as they are now. They were homemade. In Super
One of these
Sprint,
is the
we
big
tried
deal.
to
Well,
add
probably
a
the last
little
one's
bit
the
of
big deal.
perspective to the tracks, over and above what had been done previously on the top-down views, and that is some of the turns on the tracks were banked. We tried to represent that graphically, and we also represented that algorithmically in the driving algorithms, where if you went over a banked curved portion of the track, you had more traction as much more than you did on the straightaway. So we tried to give it a little bit of a 3D feel, but it was purely 2D. And it was, I guess, a couple of years there, it was the last of the 2D type. There was nothing realistic about the driving algorithm in Super Sprint, but that's what made it fun and challenging is the older game, Sprint from the late 70s, used elements of the free spinning wheel as opposed to one that locks. And we wanted to even enhance that further, so we changed the driving algorithm. It's drastically different than the original to emphasize the fact that you can spin the wheel. And that became the art of the game, learning how to, as I think Mike mentioned it earlier, learning how to spin that wheel right when you're coming into a turn and then catch the wheel as you're coming out of the turn as a way to play the game.
That's a lot of the fun of it.
That was the fun of the game.
That was the most interactive aspect of that game, just sitting there and just really spinning
Learn how to
around
spin that wheel and
slamming
spin
down
around
the
the
gas
corners.
pedal.
Grab those wrenches.
And let me make one other comment about Gauntlet, and that was we saw the benefit of maximizing coin drop by building up your character. And so well into the project, we had decided to assign different attributes to the cars, being more traction, more acceleration, higher top speed. We took all of those attributes and made them a feature in the game. And that wasn't an original part of the design to do that. We didn't have in our original document to build up your car over time. And so we introduced that into the game during the development. And that was a big part of the gameplay, the fact that in the arcades, kids could begin to play the game and begin to lose and start adding money, but over time, after they put in $2 or $3, they start to enhance the features of their car, which made them want to stay on the game even further, because they didn't want to walk away from their car, because there were 5 levels of each of these car features, 5 levels of acceleration, 5 levels of traction, 5 levels of higher top speed. And so people wanted to stay on the game so they wouldn't lose their car.
It's just pure evil. I love it. AIDS. Anyway. Tapper. of the root beer variety. Some discussion. Maybe there's a Mountain Dew tapper. A lot of tappers. But the one I know is root beer tapper, which is also a cool game. Some very good, really backloading some hot stuff here. Let's see if I still got it. Insofar as I ever had it. Not that much. This is a game about how the thirst is eternal. And that's why I like it. It's true. Personally, not a beer drinker, but probably not this much root beer either. It's a lot of calories. Hell yeah. And let's see. Okay, far left. Experts! Hell yeah. Hell yeah! Still got it. I can still play Tapper. It's good. You know, you get a different animation when you beat a level. Is a good bit. Almost messed that one up. But I got it. Yeah, it starts off as just which makes a lot more sense because, like, root beer tapper isn't a thing. That's not a thing. That's not real. Like, what are you talking about? I forgot that they come back. Got it. You have to get them all out. You just get all of them out, and you can close down and people are here to murder you. Their love of root beer is too great. Hell yeah. Now we're in the fucked up evil dimension. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna get the money the next time. No, I fucked up! They were all watching! Oh dear. Okay, this time I won't fuck up. What we have here is the non-fuck up version of this level, in which one does not fuck up. Oh. Maybe a little fuck up as a treat. Alright! I may have lost track a bit of what I was doing there. Tough. Not a joke. If they get to the side, they will heave your ass. No! Okay, I got it. I gotta get that. No! Always feels so bad when you lose. Plate spinning game like this. Alright, let's just try and get that. All the ways in which you can just, like, bend the laws of physics to your advantage. Teleporting around. It's so key to what makes this game feel good. Almost. There's also the trick where, like, the further into the screen... I got to... completely biffed it. It is a little tricky to, like, keep track of how many people are watching. No! 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 No. Oh. A root beer tapping. It's over. Tapped my last tap. The thing is, when I have a good ground, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I don't really feel like continuing on with that right now. Even though I didn't get to the fucked up alien bar. I think I have been there at least once. It's just how it is. It's a good game. Like, I'm already like, man, this rocks. I want to get back into there. Okay, look at that. They do mention that this is the version you can put in your kids can play. If kids play Tapper, they will become alcoholics, and you will be sued. It will be illegal. Oh, let's get a picture of the alien bar. Look how cool that is. Some jets and stuff. Okay, no interviews. It's just this.
That'd be Budweiser.
We were already discussing
the
that.
way that came about was Scott and I came up with an idea for a bar game, and we were intrigued by the idea of sliding beers and empty mugs down a bar, and what kind of action you could get with a bartender, and some angry customers or some happy customers. And we did some initial design work on that, and we went to Midway. And there was a fellow at Midway who was very good at getting licenses. I think his name was Tom Neiman. And he went out and talked to Budweiser in St. Louis, got them excited, and we all went down and talked to them some more, and Budweiser was on board.
They were right to be on board. I don't know. Holders? That would make sense.
Midway at the time had really good cabinet people, so we suggested a cabinet that looked like a bar. They put a brass rail at the bottom of the cabinet where you could rest your foot while you're sitting on a stool playing the game. They put metal cup holders on the control panel where you could rest your drink, preferably a Budweiser. And the Budweiser tappers looked like, or the tappers to pour beer actually looked like Budweiser tappers. For the root beer version, they changed the cabinet just slightly, where they put some extra stickers on the cabinet to say root beer, and that they changed the Budweiser logos to root beer logos.
Imagine if you were playing Tapper and drinking, like, I don't know, Coors or something. That'd be fucked up, wouldn't it? I don't know any bars in Chicago. This is not.
Well, we tested Tapper first in the Snuggery, and that was a new kind of testing for us. We'd previously only tested in arcades, and so I think Scott and I really enjoyed an opportunity to go test this in the evenings at the Snuggery, and it was exciting for us to watch players who were having a good time in the bar kind of wander over and get excited about a beer drinking game, a Budweiser game, and we enjoyed watching them, and we learned a lot from those initial tests. We knew we had a winner when we watched people play.
Oh yeah, hot fans. Okay, all right, okay. I saw that third bar. We just saw that. So which of these groups of random guys would really inspire the fucked up? Is it the Dead Kennedys? Do we have a Dead Kennedys?
Yes. Eclectic taste in music. In college, I got into a lot of alternative stuff. I was a big fan of Devo and Talking Heads, the Ramones. I used to listen to that a lot in my office while I was designing the characters. I had a lot of fun putting safety pins through their heads and mohawks on the characters. And most of the other designers on the project didn't really care for that kind of stuff, so I tried to keep it to myself as much as possible. But it was kind of fun to bring the music scene of the time and put it into the video game. It kind of dates the whole piece.
Hell yeah. Cookery. I mean, I don't know. Actually, I think that Logger game is on one of the... Oh, it's probably all of the above.
Well, we worked on several together. The first one was Domino Man. I had a minor role in that, but I think Rich and Elaine Ditton were really the drivers on that one. And then after that, I worked on a game called Wacko with Scott. We were matching aliens and mismatching aliens, and it was really a lot of fun. You get some interesting combinations. I still look back, and I like that game very, very much. And then we came up with an interesting idea of a two-player competitive game, which was one of the first. There were a few that preceded it, but you were a logger and you were playing against another logger trying to knock trees on each other. And we had a log rolling round in there, and we really had a lot of fun with that one. It was almost in the same vein as Tapper, but a little bit different play mechanics. So we worked on some interesting stuff.
It is a problem when they put in all of the above, because you just look at that and you're like, well, that's obviously, you don't put that on there unless it's the right answer. That logging game is, I think, in Volume 2, so someday. I think it was pretty cool. I just remember visually it looks pretty similar, so that's what I was kind of remembering. Let's see. I mean, I could find out, but I don't care.
Back in those days, creators of games were really not allowed to put their names or credits into the game, so we kind of snuck it in as an Easter egg. We really weren't supposed to, but we did anyways. During the attract scene, while the word Tapper is filling up with liquid, either beer or root beer, if you're holding all the controls down and press the player 1 start and player 2 start at the same time, our credits will come up on the screen.
Yeah, that second volume is really good. It's got, for one thing, the 2 Mortal Kombats you like. Xenophobe is really good on it, Arch Rivals. I'll definitely play it eventually, just like not right after this. Hey, thank you for the raid. Hey all, hi all. My name's Mira, I'm part of the Eden Coven. We're a plural collective who does retro variety streams, and we are currently going through all of these Midway Arcade Treasures games. Deliberately going through them in alphabetical order because the interface is not ideal. But gonna end with Smash TV because I love Smash TV. This is the Root Beer Tapper trivia section, which is this. What did not make it into the final version of the game? Ooh, I hope it's dispensing beer every time you win, because that's a bad idea. Can't have anything good in this world. It was the recorded birth. That's the worst one.
We're designing all the characters for the game. We had a lot of fun animations, and after they would drink the beers, some of them would burp. We thought, wouldn't that be a kick to have a burp sound in the game? So we contacted Texas Instruments to see if they had any kind of speech chips that we could do to use for the game. They had a speech specialist at the time who brought us over to their office, supplied us with a 6-pack of beer. We all sat around a microphone drinking beer and belching into it, and we ended up with a pretty neat chip full of our belches. We put it in the game, and after almost every beer they would belch, and it was very, very funny, but it got pretty obnoxious, and we all decided that Budweiser probably wouldn't be too thrilled with the idea, so we scrapped it.
Probably true. Probably true. Probably true. Probably true. I'm going to move on to some tubing here. I didn't ask the Raiders if they're still around, what you were up to. My Game Boy Guide to Galaxy. I think some Game Boy games, maybe. Sounds like a good time to me. Now, Tubin, not a big fan of Tubin, usually, but this is like a popular game. It's a liked game. Not a popular opinion to think it kind of isn't the best. Oh yeah, Game Boy games. But we've been considering Ooh, I don't think I've ever actually seen that screen. I think we're getting some Game Boy games together eventually. There's a lot. There are many good Game Boy games. I'm thinking a lot about the GBA in particular lately because that has all the weirdest stuff. Anywhere. Yeah, I do wonder if, there might be an element of this that's like this version of the game might not be the best, too. I do like the style, I like the concept, but I never actually like playing it very much. We'll hang out here for a bit. You do get to go tubing in like hell and on Mars and stuff, that's pretty good. Kind of sucks that you ever play with like an AI zombie or whatever. You're not actually playing two-player. I don't know. Maybe part of me wants this game to just be a relaxing ride down a raging river. Also, like, you can just... This has credit beating, so when you're playing a free-play version, it kind of... There isn't really any goal to shoot for. I can't really worry about my score. Can't worry about saving money, so it just sort of... Basically, I think there's a world where I can enjoy this more than I do. Alright, thank you. Have a good one. The raid. That's cool. Getting stuck, having to... Here's the thing, I'm already kind of like, I'm bored of this now. Wait, where's my... Oh, my weird zombie friend. Oh no, he's back. See, now he was missing. Now I'm like, I want my zombie friend back. See, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I learned that from King's Quest. Is that a hippo or a... Yeah, it's a hippopotamus. That's pretty cool. I like hippopotamuses. Oh, now I died. I'll give him the music too. This music is also pretty good. There's a different... yeah, no, unfortunately, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I do not think this is a good place to be. Come, my zombie friend, we must escape the racism zone. The fishing canyon. Escape. I'd like to get to like the bottom of the first kind of set, because you do eventually hit like a checkpoint where it goes, okay, a level or something. Right now we're here in American. This is what America looks like with bears. This is cool. I like bears. Argentum. Shit. We're in the ooze. I know I could throw cans and like attack things, but that's not. Well, hold on. Let's see if I can hit this guy here. This guy. Yeah, I stunned him. Whatever. This music is good. I'll say that. Come on, my friend. Please, please. You're keeping me from getting anywhere. Oh, hell yeah. Now we're in Now we're in the banjo music zone. That's all I care about. We're moving, like, pretty quickly through different fun places, and they all have fun music. It's just I'm not doing anything super fun in any of them. Okay. Oh, I see. There's like there's a swamp thing there. Everyone's favorite guy, Swamp Thing. The hit NES game, Swamp Thing. Or a fish man. I don't know what she is. We got some dubious things happen to me there. I'm good through some of the slalom gates, okay. I should probably be using my cans to, like, speed this up by... Yeah, no, it didn't work. Right, yes, it did. That snake didn't hurt me, so I guess, I suppose the can worked, but there wasn't really any visual indication. Here we are. I knew how many areas before, like, the level endpoint. I'd potentially... Oh, maybe this is it. Yeah. It's letters. I didn't get any of the letters. Or even the apostrophe. No, I'm gonna be honest, I'm far too bored to continue this. This is not my favorite thing, but I assume the music continues to be good, and I know you go to Mars, and I know you go to Hell. They're good places to Tubin. And some interviews. I like hearing about Tubin.
I think the big inspiration for Tubin for me when I was first thinking of the idea is it was kind of a reaction to the fighting genre of games that was going on at the time. And I saw an enormous amount of violent activity in video games at the time, and I swore to myself there must be a way to create a game that's fun to play and can earn a lot of money, but can be good, clean fun for kids to play. Well, I think it was a fun game, and a lot of people enjoyed it, but it still didn't have the appeal that the violent games had. It's just amazing. It's very difficult to come up with a concept that you would think that people would have fun playing in a sort of a strategic way, a kind of in a challenging way in terms of the control, to challenge yourself as a designer, to come up with innovative new environments and approaches, and still the kids are drawn toward these violent tendencies. Later on, I went to do Primal Rage, which was a big hit because it had a lot of blood in it. So it's a reaction to kind of these violent games, and I thought that there was a way that we could make a game that would be good, clean fun for kids, and I think that Tubin was definitely a cult hit. There was a good, strong, following of the players that would always play it and loved it and would play it all the way through. Tubin. I don't like Tubin very much. It didn't have the broad-based appeal that some of the other games did.
That's the thing. I played Tubin for like 15 seconds, and I'm already like, okay. And it's not because there's no blood in it. It's because it's kind of a dull game.
We built a tile editor, and we had pieces of river, of rapids, of shoreline, and the designer would sit and click through tiles one at a time and basically lay them down right in the system and build himself a level and connect all the pieces, kind of like magic squares, and you put it all together, and all of a sudden you have a level. And then you could go and you could add objects on top of that. You could add snakes or alligators or hippos and cans, and you could just pop those in the playfield at different spots and try the level on almost immediately.
In his defense, Primal Rage is like his example of the game that was more popular. And boy, Primal Rage is not very good either, so he's probably right.
If you go through and you destroy each individual piece of brush or thorns that are out there in the water, eventually what will pop up is one of the letters of Tubin will come out and it will float around. You can go and collect it. And so at the end of the game, you try to spell out tube in letters, sort of as it's kind of a game on top of a game. It's not necessary to do that, but it's...
What was the reward for that? Is there any?
Well, no, yeah, it came out and spelled it out for you. And you got a lot of money, you got a lot of points.
And the apostrophe.
If you go slow on Tubin, the gator would come out. And he was called the gator for a reason. It's because he was put in there to keep pushing you ahead. It was just, again, Tubin was a waiting game. And we found that what players would do is they would just sit there and wait for just the right period of time and then really try to get through the gate or to go past an obstacle. And in order to kind of prod them a little bit, we put the gator out there, and if you don't go through the gates, he'll come out and bite you and sort of prod you along and get you going. So the trick of Tubin is to take a nice pace and always go through the gates, and he will never bother you, ever.
I like how he says it's called a gator for a reason. I'm like, is it because it's an alligator? Is that the reason?
One of the novel things about Tubin is we did have a pretty decent current map, and depending on the animation of the water would actually pull you down at different rates depending upon the graphic that we were displaying underneath the character at the time too. And I don't think that kind of thing had been done previously, especially not with water, at least. But there's always been this aspect that you have a game and you have a player and you have a play field and you have obstacles or enemies in the play field. But the play field itself doesn't really interact with you. It sort of sits there. And this was kind of a new approach to have the actual playfield as part of the game as well, to get the actual background doing something to the player.
Sure.
It was the incredible J11 chip,
Oh, yeah.
which was a DEC-based processor. PDP-11 family chip, right? You had that chip, didn't you? And we programmed in a language called Bliss, which was anything but. And it was quite a beast.
I should be nicer to the guys who made Tubin. They put a lot of work into making Tubin. I don't love it that much. Vindicators, however, I like a little more. That is my memory. This is tank controls, because this is a tank game. Go on my famous rant about people say Croc has tank controls, but it just has normal controls. I'm not going to go on that famous rant. However, Vindicators. Actually, this would be kind of an interesting one to view the home port of, too, because I know it exists. Let's start easy. And like, the thing about this game is it's got, 2-stick game. Okay, first issue actually is the fact that the fire button is A, but I have to use the 2-stick to move. That's not great, actually. Should be like R button. Fire. Fun game, though. Again, the proper arcade control scheme doesn't have this problem. It's just cool, like 2D. Think about it now with a little more knowledge. Assault, Namco game, obviously has a lot in common with this. Let's see, how much do I got? 2, 4, 6, 7. More power. That's what I like. Oh, gun rotation. That's right, there's gun rotation too. That's a lot going on. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay, alright. This maybe just doesn't... Hard to control on this control. I mean, if you think about the GameCube version of the GameCube controller, I'm not playing it on a GameCube controller right now, but that little C stick is not really designed for twin stick controls, so it's a bit awkward. Wouldn't really stop me back then, though. Another one that is like maybe not the most exciting one to show off, but sitting down with a friend and just going through it, you know, you have a lot of fun. So we'll go through a bit. Ooh, shot range. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. The fact that you've got like those 9 slots for the stars and they fill up there, now it makes me think of like a lot of board games. There's plenty of those. Richard Garfield loves making you collect cubes and then spend them on power-ups.
9.
Oh, fuel. Oh, there's fuel.
7. 9. 8.
Jeez. I think when you get hit, you just lose fuel, so...
6.
Ah. Do I have to restart the level now, or how does it go? Yes. But I have a bit more shield. I don't think you'd have any difficulty powering through this game. Maybe, maybe. Never had the patience to like sit down and go for an ending, so... Let's see for a bit. Try out getting a little further, but... I'm going to credit feed today. Smash TV is just tantalizingly around the corner. Yeah, I'm also thinking of the home port of this because I know Jeff Gerstmann played it a few weeks ago. Wasn't that long ago. 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
What? You
1.
You can't do that to me. You have to open the doors. You can't. They cheated. Lost half my fuel. What are smart shots gonna do for me? Oh, that's probably a button I'm not using then. Nah, well, left trigger. Okay. So that's probably a button like this one. Yeah. Just homing shots. Nothing flashy. That guy, when I think about Assault, that is an even cooler looking game. I think it was made later. I'm not sure about that. And I have become a Namco diehard asshole fan, so... As one does. Yeah, some good pinball noises. The pinball roots of these fine Midway folks always showing through. I mean, even those turrets do have a very, like, pinball target look to them. Visually as well, I would say. Ooh, 2 free shields. For shield, can I do a button to shield or anything, I wonder? I'm not seeing any button to make a shield like a Satan's Hollow situation. I think it's just block the shots. Blocks shots arrayed against you. I wonder if like actually increasing my shot power is doing much for me at this point. Most stuff seemed like it was dying in one shot. I assume later on there's going to be some tougher guys, but it's actually worth considering when the overkill is not worth it. Yes. They'd already figured out that tutorial message. Ooh, what's this power up? Oh, it's just smart shots. Okay, well, let's see. Can they shoot, like, how good are smart shots? Okay, they're pretty good. That went around a corner and everything. Use those.
9, 8, 7.
Trying to get through this
6.
in one credit.
5.
That would be really tough.
4.
Come on.
3.
Gotcha. Is there no fuel or shield? Let's grab that.
Nine. 8. 7.
It is the thing though, where everything, like your health is constantly going down. Because that's how it works. It's like get the money out of you. Oh, the music changed, even though I'm in the same level. I'll admit, it's good music. Oh, hold up. I want to pick up that key. Let's see, I'll go through one more base at least. That shouldn't be too much longer. I should be using the turret rotation more. I would really like to see the arcade setup for this. Just trying to kind of imagine you'd have 2 sticks, there's a trigger on each of them. Probably 2 like, not sticks, but throttles. Just trying to imagine a world where I'm actually using the turret rotation the way you're supposed to. Because it's really hard to like track all that stuff, but your turret rotates a lot faster in your movement. Like that's definitely. It might just be that I'm not enough of a hardcore gamer. You know, maybe that's the reason I don't have turret
10,
mastery. What do you think about it?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Nope,
2.
not this time. Sucker. Oh, geez. Okay, there's a lot. What is contest zone, man? Was there a contest? Or is it like contested like we're in a war with the bad guys? Shot with the bomb cannon. What's the bomb cannon? Yeah, it's like, just seeing that now, I'm like, okay, I don't need to like try and... Like if there was 3 stations, that'd be too short. But I would do it. Peak American TTs. Take a look at some of these. Let's look at this cell sheet. It's a very cool tank situation there. All right, let's go. I'm gonna look at that. Yeah, look at that. Would be cool to play. Yes, 2 hours is way too long. Tank game. Doesn't look all that interesting. But the cell sheet might have something cool. Yeah, add a coin. The add a coin isn't too bad. I assume later on it probably gets like hard enough that even with a fresh coin you might not win. Well, there's a level select, so you could start a little bit later too. It's fine. Okay, yes, there was a contest zone for a prize. All right. And oh, sorry. The way this looks here is very different from the way it looks in the game, and I like this more. But that's because this is more anime, so of course I would. It'd be like, the tank is good, but what if it was a gun tank? We considered that. Not much actual information on it. It's just a cool tank game from whatever year it's from. 88, I think it said. Alright, now fucking around. Actually, I want to see how much history there is here. Not that much. Okay, great. That'll be a good coda. All about Super Smash Television. This would have been something I would have called my favorite game at some point. Probably not now, but at a period in history. Many lifetimes ago, when dinosaurs walked the earth. Also one of the later games in this collection. Might not be the most recent one, but 1990 is about as far as we go. Might turn down the volume because this is a loud game. So, here we go. Think about this video game. Oh yeah, it's loud. Let me loud because you're at the arcade. You are at the arcade, and everything in the arcade is exploding in your ears. There's also why the music in this thing, I assume, doesn't last very long. No one at any point figured you could hear any of it. Anyway, which is a shame because the music here, this track is very good. I'm a big fan.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Ooh, interesting. I'm not familiar with the level transition bug. Depends if it's a good bug or a bad bug. If it's freezing the game or something, that sucks. In some ways, I guess this is like a less pure Robotron, because not all the enemies are there from the start, but I played a lot of later twin-stick shooters that I didn't like as much. Just because things would pop up on top of you all the time. In this game, you do at least have doors, very specific zones where the enemies enter. I feel like I know you can do this game as a 1cc. You had to be cracked. I'm not that good. There's no way I am going to successfully 1cc this thing, but we're gonna see how far I can get. Close. I got baseball batted. We're gonna see. I think the best I ever did. I don't think I ever even beat the first level. I think I may have gotten the Mutoid Man. We'll find out. We'll see how well I can do. Admittedly, playing this on the PlayStation controller as I am feels a little awkward. Also, that shrapnel from the Shrapnel Man was hard to see. It's all there, though. This isn't a super fast game. It's just a super overwhelming game. It's a tactical experience. So I guess I feel like this is what I want from an arcade game a lot of the time. Maybe not now, but if you're going to have a credit feed game, this is maybe it. This is the way I like it. Now, what is this? Oh, great. Speed up is nice. It's fun to make the missile launcher a piercing weapon. That's also very interesting. Seeing the first level. I would have tried to do this, I think, if I had that PS3 version. Though I guess if there's a glitch, that does ruin it a little. Because that's hard, but it feels doable in a way that if you tell me once you see the whole game, I don't think that's happening. I'm sure it has. People have done it, but people aren't me. It's also the length of the thing. I guess that's the big issue. Being just the first level is like, that's a reasonable amount of time. Being the whole thing is you're really looking out. Did I get that one up? Grant, as far as credit feed games go, there's also the kind that's just constantly Data East style doing weird stuff and sort of keeping you invested that way. That can also work pretty good. I don't know what made the most money. Did this make more money, or did Maximum Carnage, a game that I think kind of sucks, make more money? Total Carnage. Wow, is that what it's called? Maximum Carnage is a Spider-Man game. Total Carnage is the sequel to this. Pretty sure. Apologize to all the gamers for not being able to keep every single video game name straight. Yeah, I think that's fair. There are things about Total Carnage that are very funny that I appreciate, but actually playing it seems way worse than this. Whenever Volume 2 happens, I'll definitely play through that, because that has an ending. That game has an ending, and that is how I would describe it. As an ending is perhaps one of the most of its time situations of all time. Yeah, especially when the carnage is total, but it's just a lot. It is a shame. I was better at this, but it makes sense that you wouldn't keep. I wouldn't keep all those skills for, which weren't that they weren't great skills to begin with, for a grand total of like freaking years since this collection came out, and I really sat down and played this game a lot for the first time. Probably played the SNES version before. I think playing the SNES version and like having the 4 buttons fire in different directions was probably a little bit too much for the very small child. Baldwin. Sure. There we go. It is kind of mean that you can only hurt him with special weapons. I got squished. There is a room that basically gives you a ton of keys, and that is how I always get the number of keys for the final pleasure domes. Now aesthetically, I would also lump this in with like Narc and shit. Like when Midway got on one, they started making stuff like this and Total Carnage and Narc. Narc's fun. I definitely play Narc. I have much to say about Narc. All Narc games, really. PS2 one where you do crack to improve your aim. Yes, I think the little worm is shooting. It's not doing good things to me. Come on, man. Give me something. Give me something to work with. Yeah, even if like shooting him did a little bit of damage, Oh, he was on top of the power-up. Well, I disagree. Yeah, it's really comparing like two very different eras in terms of aesthetic and how they're handling the drug wars. But everyone remembers. Not the game, but just how funny it was. God, yeah, GTA. It's easy to forget that we once lived in a world where they were releasing a new GTA, like, within reasonable time frames, and everyone wanted that money. As opposed to now, it's just like a projected impact crater in society that people have been waiting for 12 years? Sopranos GT. I keep forgetting, but I really want to rewatch the Retro Pals playthrough of the Sopranos game, because I have actually watched the Sopranos since then, so I think it's going to hit a lot harder now. You know, the story of the illegitimate son of Big Pussy. Just the concept of the GTA clone about the Sopranos. Yes. Action movie gun star Tony Soprano. Not guy who just like kind of wanders into a robbery, kills the guy, and steals the things they were robbing. Oh, that would be incredible. Yes. I have not really put a lot of attention to their stuff since Atari 50, but I would like to. Those other ones seem interesting. They're just focused on different things. We're gonna go back to Atari 50. Part of me wants to play. Yeah, yes. Actually, Karateka is a game I want to play for historical reasons, so I should go through that one. I've never been a big fan of like Jeff Winter's games. He's fine. He's a guy. He seems cool. He seems like a cool guy. So maybe I should just go through that one too. There's got to be some footage of like llamas and stuff in there, and that alone. But yeah, one of our weird obsessions is at some point to go back and like actually try to legitimately play the Sword Quest games on that Atari, in any form, but possibly on the Atari collection.
Contestant, good luck.
Just because they are very weird and neat. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Tetris one. Yeah, now that's narrow in terms of the number of games you're gonna get. Yeah, that's all good stuff. We have such riches available to us now. And as someone who doesn't play very many new games, the new game, they're making new games about the old games now. It's fine. Yeah, we need to know about Hatris and that weird snake game. It really is like just the pain of the one-hit wonder. You made this perfect, best game ever made, but because it was just so perfect and simple, you can never repeat that. Hell yeah. And yeah, I haven't seen any of the DLC for Atari 50, so that would be a great opportunity to pick that back up. I am into more of that. So many video games. Weird. look, and then there's a video game. It used to just be Pong, but now they're not just Pong anymore. Now it's Pong and talking about working at Atari and getting high. And juxtaposing that with the other guy saying that they weren't doing drugs. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I don't think either side was lying. I just think they had different interests at the time. As a documentarian, you have this footage and you presumably look at it like, excellent. I am going to cut from one of you to the other. And it's going to be so good. Yeah. I feel like creating Pitfall wins out over 2600 Pac-Man, but that's the thing about 2600 Pac-Man, is it was never going to be good. It's okay. It's alright. I have a friend actually who just like recently got into playing some Atari games. And, that's very exciting to me because they're like, hey, combat's an incredible 5 out of 5 game. And I'm like, listen, have you played Yar's Revenge? That was like the first thing I said to her. Because the cool thing about Yar's Revenge is that as a person born like way after the Atari age, mostly I just went back to these games and I'm like, oh, this is cool. But then with Yar's Revenge, I was like, oh, this is fun. I actually get this, even now. This is the best game ever made. They made a game about fly aliens. They drew a comic, made it cool, and then they made a weird Xbox 360 game. That's history. There, because that means that's repaying your debt to society for creating video games, I assume. As long as you're good at it. The other way of looking at it is that you're in a position to cause even greater problems. Oh yeah, that commercial is so cool! They were on top of the world. It was such an age of video games. Very different. Hello! I am Maxi Retro. Yes. The most wonderful games. And the greatest level of hubris. I don't know, maybe we might be in a higher level of hubris now. It just feels more mundane. This is ultimately it. Streaming is just an excuse for me to check out old games. Basically. That's only like 50% true.
Big prizes! I love it! Bingo!
Oh yeah, they got I'm not familiar with all the museums and all the stuff, but I would definitely enjoy. Sounds like a thing I would enjoy looking at. That's cool, actually. Just credit feed, Smash TV, and talk about old games. Talk about the good days. I mean, one of the reasons I was playing this collection too is because I play a lot of Japanese games on here. There's whole other sections of industry, and stuff in the States is just one thing. Okay, yeah, I've heard about the quote-unquote official one. They've got their Mario Brothers and their Tetrises and such. Whatever else. Well, I certainly don't remember the full list of games they've inducted, but I think every time I've heard about them, they were like, yes, this makes sense. These are uncontroversial choices to me. I'm not going to get Neo-Kun in there just yet. That's what I want. I'm always thinking about Renegade and not figuring out how to actually play it. Just rotating it in my mind. Oh shit! Well, probably the bell tolls rules. So I guess I support their curation process. Might be a fun one to play on stream at some point. It's a very like have a fun experience kind of game.
10 seconds. Contestant, good luck.
The fun thing is, I always thought the guy from Link's Awakening was like the character you play is in that game, but he's actually your rival / pal. Hell yeah, Death Race. Okay, they got the good stuff. I do think playing through the Namco Museum discs, which probably revisit those on stream one of these days too. Also, just sort of activated huge portions of my brain for old games. So Namco were really cooking back in the day. So much what they were doing was like the first ever whatever. Oh, Punch-Out! I'm gonna play Arcade Punch-Out too. I think that'd be fun. I think I've heard of Konami's Boot Camp, but I think I've forgotten everything I heard about it. Basically, I wish there was something that cool around here, but we're a bit dull. We don't have the super cool video game museum. Most places don't, I assume. That was interesting. That was one weird green guy, but no more of them. It didn't seem any different from the other kind. I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, I hope you have a good time. Good to get around. Yeah, I'm definitely learning more and more that because so many old arcade games had such weird controls, I think that did kind of maybe over time as it became less of a big business to produce, but I think it's interesting. Something I was kind of ignoring for a long time, and now I get to look and I realize, hey, there's a lot to those home conversions. See, Scarface I can hit with my gun, at least for a bit. I want to say only as like an outer shell, but it does make him more fun than Mutoid Man, at least to an extent. That's part of the reason I think about it too. Is like video games now, you can't have a different button, right? You can't. No, this is the jump button. Every game that comes out, you have to have it this button. We're all using basically the same controller. I don't like that. I want to have some cool controls. I'll say this, Scarface has like less shit going on than Mutoid Man. He only has his face and then his skull, as opposed to Mutoid Man really picking apart every single part of him, and then there's a tiny head inside. You know, they save their most elaborate for first, as you do. I can see it, because a lot of people weren't even going to get past that. It's just like today. You consider the number of orders I've had to spend so far, and you're like, well, the kids only have so much money in their pocket. So you really want the good stuff up front, and if something is weaker, it makes more sense for it to be in the back. That is the raw yield of the arcade experience. I think he's dead, right? Yeah, he's dead. I'm glad I have, like, 100 TVs. I needed that many TVs and that many vacations. I actually do need that many vacations. True. Hi, Heraldic Miner. I also wish your body to explode in SNES. The eyeball popping up into the camera, that is the real stuff. Especially when you do it to Scarface there, and he has like 3 eyeballs for no reason. Because these people made Mortal Kombat.
Go, 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 go.
I've not played the last couple of Mortal Kombats, but I assume you only have a normal number of rib cages now, so that's why those games are bad, actually. That's true. I could see them putting all sorts of weird. I will say that they certainly don't lack for a sense of humor. Oops. Ran right into a mine. Now, this level, I think I go up. Oh, whatever. In the worst case scenarios, if I don't get enough keys, so you don't get the last few parts. But I'm pretty sure I'll be able to muscle memory where the exit is. That just gives you a million keys. Nagas. Unclear where this game show got a bunch of Nagas. Yes. This is up and then up and then down. Down and around. Turtles beware. I don't know why it's called that. Are you the turtles? Is this... Am I the turtle who has to beware, or are we just... Is it just because there's snakes? Your supply of meat products. Ugh.
seconds. Contestant.
It's admittedly way faster if I die. Just use my invincibility to kill 800 guys. This is what we call a speed run. That's not true. It's definitely not true. At 1 CC though, the first level, just the first, maybe one day. I would need to really train hard for such a feat. Let's see. This game does give you a lot of extra lives. Not like as many as you want if you're a normal person, but the home game is such a good joke too. Like, what does that entail? Oopsie daisy. The fact that you're only getting the home game this late in the first play, it's good. They were doing something messed up. They had the right idea. That was a long one, huh? Oh yeah, 2 NES controllers. That's pretty good. I don't think the NES port is like particularly good from what I've seen of it, but this is a game that like absolutely 1,000,000% wants to be played with 2 sticks. So. Extra sauce.
I'd buy that for $1.
Hope not all of the rooms are that long in this one. That was an extended experience. Got a deep snake. I was almost clever there. I just didn't quite make it. Let's get these. If I can get that. Nope, couldn't. Question answer, couldn't get it. I was hoping it was over, but you really are in you're still playing, huh? Mode. I was hoping this would be as long as 0 levels keep good pace, but there's just like more waves of fat guys than I ideally want. It's not something I noticed back in the day, but now I'm like, pacing. There you go. Over time, I have different feelings about some of these games. I still think 720 was the big winner of this project of going through these games. I did not like that game at all, and now I'm like, oh, this is fine. This is actually perfectly acceptable. Road Blasters 2, I really want to get back to Road Blasters at some point. It's good. It is good to revisit some old faves periodically. Yeah, I mean, that was a game I did not think too much. But when I played it, I was like, this is really good. I don't know why I didn't think too much about it. It should have been right up my alley. It's conceptually doing the same thing as Spy Hunter. You got a car, you got fun guns, right? It's a different perspective, but a pretty similar game. Poked. Alright, we'll get this three-way shot. Yeah. It does feel good. It'd be a little harder to do. Now I'm kind of thinking about Geometry Wars. That would feel to go back to now.
Contestant, good luck.
Yeah, that is the thing. Maybe I gotta check it out. Unfortunate Spy Hunter 2, because I've never played it. So just seeing what's up with it would be informative. That's what I would say. Informative game. It's important to learn. Okay, I probably have played it then, and just don't remember it, and that maybe says enough. Either way, though, it's on the second collection. Eventually I'll get to it. I'm just not sure when.
Second contestant, yeah!
Because I think I know what I'm going to do on Sundays for a little while after this. Actually, I guess it will kind of be another compilation now I think about it. I was thinking of going through Mega Man, and I would probably do the Anniversary Collection. Not the Anniversary Collection, the whatever one is on Steam. Just because it has fun concept art. If I can play any form of those Mega Mans, it's okay. Yes, many such cases. I do enjoy seeing why things that kind of suck though, so. I think Stun Runner is on Volume 3, I want to say. I remember that being a pretty cool game. Yeah, that's a cool one. Here we are. Enjoy my wealth. I think this is the key room.
Big money! Big prizes! I love it!
That was a really cool. Volume 3 was initially, when I heard about it, I was a bit disappointed because I didn't think I really liked their character driving games, but I think that just wasn't true then, it isn't true now, so now I'm like, hell yeah. We put Off-Road Thunder in this sucker, that's a cool game. Yeah, golf games too, I think. Those are like huge genres of games I had this like idea that because they were based on real world sports they must be boring, even though I always loved them every single time I played them. Gotcha. Pretty close to the boss now. Despite all my complaining, already reasonably close to that. Oh. Okay. You always gotta watch out for the doors.
Contestant, good luck!
See now that the music restarts when I continue, which is causing it to repeatedly play the hey, it's a bonus for music, so that's fun. you can barely hear it over all the shots, is the one thing. Because there is no point in Smash TV where you stop shooting, really, other than between doors. We have the Walls of Pain. Still don't know why they call it that either. It's not. Walls are metaphorical, I think. You guys are like low-key kind of tough because they wiggle. So I did the thing there where I just sort of like walked through one swaying. It's totally an accident, but it makes it look like I'm a friggin' genius. So that's what happens with the... I don't know how to describe it, moving pattern these guys have. Their funny sine wave attitudes. So I think... Yes, okay. It did say last arena question mark, so that answers my question as to whether or not this was the last arena question mark. Another thing that's more on my mind, completely unrelated to most topics we've covered here, is old Gundam games. Or even new ones. Basically, I want to see if there's Gundam X stuff in anything. Any of the weird ensemble games. On account I like Gundam X and I've been watching it. But I'm pretty sure they're all bad. Pretty sure all of them are bad. I don't think they made... No, that's not true. They made that Gundam Wing fighting game for SNES. I think that might be the only good one. One must unfortunately live with licensed anime action games on Famicom.
10 seconds, contestant. Good luck.
See, I'm okay with the last level before the boss being a bunch of bad guys. That feels appropriate. Just a million color-coded bad guys. It's all the guys you hired to take a baseball bat and run directly at the contestants, and then get killed. It's the 100 guys versus a gorilla situation again. I'm always choosing the exact wrong moment to make a break for it. Maybe I should play Robotron 2084, where all the enemies are there from the beginning. You know? Thinking about it, though, social commentary in this game is somehow a little more on point.
Contestants, good luck.
Oh boy. I'll stop doing that. Should know better by now, but I don't. And I never will. Alright, Cobra Death.
Big money, big prizes. I love it.
This is fun. We got some classic enemies made of circles going here. Orbs. Spiritually very Sega Genesis.
10 seconds, contestant.
I mean, this is probably an even less complicated boss, but I think there's like a skull for these guys. There, well, we'll find out. We'll find out together. I don't remember fully, but I want to say these dudes do get a skull mode on the go, like Scarface did. It really is those purple things that are the real danger here. I don't think the snakes have gotten me even a single time. Yep, always the purple things. Because the snakes only aim down. They're not really doing a whole lot to scare me. And I can still hurt them with my normal shot, which I like. Well, I guess that was the snake enemy, but only because I got greedy and ran into it. I do wonder, like, what the best way to attack. Like, oh, well, maybe I'll never know what the best way to kill. No, they don't even have a skull form. They're just dead. Each boss progressively less impressive. And what you gonna do? That's Smash TV for you. If memory serves, the college you almost have enough keys, but actually, this is just a room that unlocks when you're at a certain point, so I have more than enough keys. It's just a couple of generic rooms, and then the final boss, who admittedly is less impressive than the Cobras because it's just Metroid Man again. He's not impressive the second time. Well, but it is the host, so he does say all the funny lines that we love from movies. Like, I love it. Big money, big prizes.
Second contestant. Good luck.
See how fast I can. Okay. You do love to see a bomb. See a grenade launcher too, or a rocket launcher. Any of it.
10 seconds, contestant. Good luck.
I think that really really do some damage. Should have took note of when I started this to see how long a playthrough lasts, but no, not that long. This is maybe shorter than the indicators, thankfully. See, I do have enough keys. It says right there. I want to get that bomb. This is pretty good. Here we are. Here we are. Some good, clean fun.
Contestant 1. Good luck.
Almost there. Really feels like pop-up at this point. Of course, I could have, you know, if I hadn't gotten all the keys, the game would have already ended, so. No one to blame but myself. It's interesting that they put a, like, cheat key room in the first. I think they might talk about that in the interviews. So we'll hear what they have to say. Hear about the various creators, hear them defend their decisions. To justify yourself. Justify all those rib cages. Yes. Explain why cocaine lets you pick up and throw a dumpster. I actually don't remember how many kind of extras there are on the other volumes of this, because I know they're clearly pulling from stuff they already had lying around for this one, so they might not have had much new stuff, but I like that stuff a lot. The games are the star, but I like seeing a little bit extra. I mean, that's what makes Atari 50 at all so good. I was just thinking, I'm doing pretty good right here. Of course, is inviting disaster. You should never think things like that, or certainly not say them, but I didn't even get a chance to say it. Retribution from the universe was too swift. Game is maybe a little too long. But only in like a Capcom level. Not like Rampage, who in the name of God would beat all of these levels away. Or even a Gauntlet, who in the name of God would beat all these levels away.
Contestant 1. Good luck.
But mostly just now. Okay, I get it. Alright, I got it. Killed a lot of these guys. A lot of men with baseball bats have fallen to my... I want to say blade, but that's not true. Doesn't work as well. That would be nice, yeah. A lot of good, playing a lot of these and like, we could see. It'd be fun to see some of these guys come back. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's super likely at this point. We're in a weird spot. I assume WB has a lot of this, but maybe not. These specific games. Deeply unfortunate. Maybe they'll make a new Smash TV so they can cancel it for a tax write-off. Just this one specific room. This is more bad guys than we really need. There's only been bad guys for a very long time now. And I feel I've perhaps seen enough bad guys to like populate New York City. They may not be Ninja Baseball, but they are Batman. Endless streams of these guys. But any one of them could be the last. That's the thing. You never know. Let's see if I can... Oh, I can't even get to the power-ups very easily because there's so many guys, but at least it's one shot, one kill here.
Contestant, good luck.
Nothing strong about these guys. It's all... No fancy tricks, it's pure. Okay, here we go.
Total carnage. Good luck. You'll need it.
As I've been thinking about this as we go, and I think Real Game Shows should take this example. And, like the last round could be you against a giant robot up the coast. It doesn't have to be like a murder thing. You know, I think, you could have just been buzzing in on Jeopardy, but Final Jeopardy has a giant robot out there. Whoever the fuck does it now. Imagine if we had gotten a giant mechanized Bob Barker. Even Drew Carey now, something pretty good.
Good luck.
Yeah, that'd be good too. You've given them a great deal of cultural power, but now the time has come for them to earn it with real power. Yes, thank you. Thank you for keeping me well and truly away from anything that could hurt you.
Second contestant.
Hey, maybe I don't. Maybe Mutoid Man's kind of annoying. Possibility is existing. It's the RNG aspect of it. Oh, come on. Get the triple. Got his underwear.
Contestant, good luck.
Okay, they were nice. Oh, they were almost nice enough to give me a pickup. Oh, they did. Thought I might have lost it there. Jeez. Oh, come on. Be nice. Be nice. Don't be mean, be nice. Give me a nice gun that can hurt you. Ah.
10 seconds. Contestant, good luck. I love it. I love it. I love it.
He loves it. Almost done. Just a few more steps. Soon as something spawns. Nope. That wasn't spawning. Except me respawning as I got run over.
10 seconds.
Oh.
Contestant, good luck.
Give me the dang. Here it is.
I love it. Total carnage. I love it. Good luck. Good luck.
It is good that he just shoots the eyeballs at him. I do appreciate that. For what's worth, I didn't even notice the typo. I can't spell any day, so, you know, it is what it is.
I love it. Total carnage. I love it.
Ugh.
Contestant, good luck.
Sure. Okay, here we go. Thank you, sir. For moving out of the way so that I can explode your head. Yay! Presents! Oh, give me more time to get more presents. I do see that. Imagine being that guy on like a 1 credit. And then you step on that mine. And that's your last life. Wouldn't that suck? So many years supply of meat in here. Probably like more than anyone would be alive for, especially after having that much meat. Interesting that they let someone join in here, because if the game is over, I think you would just waste the credit. I love when it stops after like just going real hardcore, getting really high pitched, and then it just stops abruptly. That's definitely not true. Pretty good music. Mark Hamill, Tobias, all sorts of classic names that we all know. Gene's there, Larry Tamara. Used to be like a man named Ray Gay. That's a good name. Small team. Fucked up thing is that Ray Straight is also like a believable name, so they could be enemies.
Go! Go!
Right. Oh, it's not letting me. It's not letting me back out yet, but it will in a minute. Come on. Video game. What are you doing? Here we go. All right. Then yeah, okay. I don't think I'll have time to go back and here are these. Oh, I don't think I'll have time to go back and revisit Spy Hunter and any other stuff, but we certainly have time to enjoy these interview clips.
I guess the really interesting thing in Robotron and Smash TV is you are confined to a single screen. And really in Robotron it was the easy thing to do with the technology at the time, and it turned out kind of interesting. In Smash TV we actually chose that, the dynamic there, because the cool thing of that dynamic is it's a confinement. It's a sense of being trapped and surrounded with no escape. And that was kind of the cool thing in Smash TV is you're sitting
seeing
there,
your whole world.
You see everything out there that you have to kill, and then they're just converging on you from all sides, and you just have this feeling of entrapment and this collapse upon you, and you have to somehow flee, work with the flow, somehow just blast your way through this mass and get out. And that dynamic, is really a lot of fun. And if you opened it up and allowed the game to scroll in any direction, if you allowed, a bigger play field, then it becomes, you kind of lose that dynamic because you can always just keep running. And here you must stand and fight, and it's the coolest thing is you think you're dead. I mean, there's so many times when you can take your hands off the controls. You go, oh man, I'm dead, and like you're not dead. You go, whoa! It's like you keep killing, keep fighting away, and like you somehow come out of it and you go, man, I
can't believe I survived.
How did I survive?
That's the key to all these the successful games is that tight situations that you somehow escape from.
Yeah, he is right about all of that, I think. Yeah, we're just kind of wrapping up here with the interviews.
Back in those days, if you'd finish a game, like the
Smash TV is still fun.
games, if you finished the game, well, you'd stop playing it. So, I think it's important to always put in some dramatic finale that's very difficult to attain. And so, when we put the keys out there, and unfortunately what would happen is people got so good at the game, they'd go through and they'd clear out the waves more quickly than we had anticipated. So the random icons that come out, and one of them is a random key, the key would come out, it wouldn't come out as often because they were so good at the game. So they would get all the way through the game, not have enough keys to get into the pleasure domes, have to go back and do it again.
Yeah, they don't mention that one room, but I almost feel like that's like if that's something that got put in to kind of make up for that.
If you look at the Robotron and the Smash TV style of games, if you look at the amount of enemies that you deal with on a per second basis, how many kills per second, I don't think it's ever been exceeded or even come close to by any other game.
Right.
The amount of
Carnage.
action,
The amount
pure
of carnage,
and action that you have to deal with, and it's amazing how you really have to have this mindset of, you kind of have this global strategy of, don't get too near the wall, don't get trapped in the corner.
Right.
But then you always have to have this free, you have to be always kind of free in your mind to kind of take what the game gives you. You can't have like a predetermined course and say, okay, I'm going to go over here and get
different
this.
every time.
Yeah.
It's different every time. Things appear randomly. I remember complaining to the sound guy, the sound person on the game, that I couldn't hear, this guy exploding over in the corner, Mutoid Man, not Mutoid Man, Mr. Shrapnel. And, he like threw up his arms. He said, are you crazy? You're throwing off 30 explosions a second. It's like, how do you expect to hear Mr. Shrapnel explode when, you're shooting 10 bullets a second and there's all these explosions happening and there's gunfire, bah, 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 and, he's right. I mean, you sit back and listen to the game. It's like, wow, it is nonstop explosions.
He's right. He's right about that too. Some guy was right.
The first boss monster we did for Smash TV was Mutoid Man. And I remember, John just went into his office and, he came back the next day and he had these sketches of this guy in a tank and actually wanted the guy floating a little bit at first. Yeah. Wanted him kind of flying around, and I was fearful of, how I'd make a big thing float and fly around. So I said, well, what about a tank tread, And so that's kind of how we got into the business with Smash TV. The interesting thing about Smash TV is that it's very violent. The body chunks go flying in the air. The pools of blood that come out of the boss monsters. The boss monsters losing arms and screaming, and of course a couple of years after Mortal Kombat came, and there was the hoopla about violence in video games.
Actually, when we first got that going, we just watched that for days.
Right.
The blood pouring out of his mouth.
Right.
It was like...
Well, I remember Eugene, one of the cool things about these early hardware platforms, for me, I had come from doing, the Atari VCS games where the entire game was 4K. It would only take maybe 6 weeks to do these games, but very limited horsepower. And when I got to Midway, Williams at the time, and the hardware that these guys had developed, sat in my office. I mean, the number of objects I could toss out and balls bouncing around, I mean, I was just overwhelmed by it. So when it came time to turn on, some body parts or some chunks, I mean, just turn on 2 of them. Well, that looks cool. Turn on 5 of them. Well, that looks cooler. I remember Eugene, the first time he saw the blood coming out of the boss monster, he said, that's $50 a week.
Blood, guts, boogers, and eyeballs. I didn't actually see any boogers in them. But I guess there's noses, so implied.
My favorite gratuitous piece of violence in Smash TV is the eyeball.
Oh yeah.
When you step on that landmine, this incredibly, it's a total 3D rotation, coming in your face. Right. Animation of an eyeball.
Yeah, sometimes more than one.
Sometimes more than one. And John, I still can't believe it, but John drew that by hand, pixel by pixel, from his head. Nothing was rendered. Nothing was, and it's growing in 3D, coming at your face. It's a total 3D effect.
That is impressive. A lot. That they were good at drawing blood. These were the eyeball masters.
We're talking about doing a Smash TV sequel. John came up with the idea of, okay, this game show and, these people competing, and it really still applies to today's marketplace, which is competitive head-to-head activity, in some kind of a creative world. I would love to do another dual joystick game. That would be so cool. That's a great concept. Actually, there weren't a lot of waves. That was, doing a wave-based game. I remember coming in and, Eugene was thinking, well, I don't know, with, today's marketplace, you can get away with kind of a wave-based game. In fact, we argued about the free man icon. Of course, the games at that time had started to transition over to buying in as you go. There had been some games prior that had, allowed buy-ins. Tempest, I think maybe was the first game that allowed that. But so Eugene and I argued because he thought, wow, this, I don't know if you should give away a free man. We're buying in, let him continue, and let him go, and so we have ended up giving away free men based on score, and you could pick up the icon. But we were a little concerned about a wave-based game, and of course, boss monsters would come in, and that kind of brought it, into the current day. But
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think we by adapting it to a buy-in format, and there's there's always that chemistry between how far can you screw the player, how much can you give the player, and how much can you screw him in.
Right.
And you're trying to get money out of the player, and so that there's that
right.
conflict there, and
sure.
I think so I think with the buy-in, and the other big thing was the boss monster format. So basically,
taking your money, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if we should be giving them a free man. Good sentence.
I could do Smash TV from start to finish on 1 quarter. Which wasn't easy. I mean, to go through that game on just, one start without any continues, I mean, you have to really, be playing right, especially on the snakes. I mean, the snake boss monster was the last boss monster to go into the game. And, I mean, it's difficult. I mean, you have to lob the bombs at the heads and, keep shooting them, and they're coming down, they're dropping stuff on you. So, that's the toughest part of the game. But, I don't know, good play mechanics can live forever.
Yeah, I wonder what the inspirations could be.
There was a movie called Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger
really?
that must have come out around 88, something like that, that kind of formed some of the elements of Smash TV as well. Of course, we had 2 people out there competing just amongst themselves. It wasn't like the movie where, they're prisoners and it's a death match.
Yeah, and we took it. I think we took it into the height of absurdity. That was kind of the coolness of Smash TV was it took this people are like dying and killing each other, for like toasters.
Right. Right. It's a futuristic game show.
Yeah,
I mean, in fact, the set of the year is 1999, right? The number 1 rated TV show is Smash TV.
That's right.
Right.
And it's like the game, the game host and
he was real campy.
Yeah, just kind of like he was kind of inspired by like some of the RoboCop stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, RoboCop was big then.
And just kind of it took this whole kind of satirical, comical edge on this whole thing.
Right.
That
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah.
Right.
Ivy, you're so right. You are so correct about that. That particular thing has really infected me, actually, because for example, I've been playing Final Fantasy IX recently, and there's like an elevator, and you pick you want to go to mid-level or base level, and I'm like, literally every time I say that, I'm like, or do I want to go to cringe level? So that's how fucked up my ability to think is now. Anyway, that is all of the games on first volume, but someday I will definitely return. I mean, actually, I'd like to try different versions of a lot of these games. Spy Hunter still kicks ass, as it turns out. Didn't play a lot of Root Beer Tapper because it's not like a binge play in my mind, but that is still a very good game. It's all the good stuff here. We shall see. We shall return to Midway, if nothing else. Road Blasters, we talked a bit about that. Shout out to Splat for being weird as hell. Given the time, looking to be about to wrap up right about now. So let's see. Tuesday, going to go back to the Nintendo 64. To the Nintendo 64. I want to finish off Bomberman Hero, and I have picked out what we'll be doing after that. Just going to roll on to some different silly Nintendo 64 games, that's all. Oh, I think this is actually a good one. Actually, I'm going to reveal it before it starts. Yeah, Beetle Adventure Racing, the secret Need for Speed game that we haven't played. Probably next Sunday I'm going to start playing some Mega Mans on this slot, but we'll see. That's a whole week, so things can change. Now, I am going to send you, as I am wont to do on the Sundays, one Lolo de Puzzlo, who is streaming special anniversary neighbor stream where you can bother him by using redeems to change out the game that he's playing. So you can all go say hi to them if you're not already lurking there, whatever. I want to see. I want to see what those are. Oh, it looks like that fucked up Ghosts and Goblins game is up. That's excellent. That's excellent. All right, so until I see you again, bye-bye.